Good old breakfast. You have some time to come up in here. And join the live stream. Join the live chat. I know YouTube doesn't really send out my notifications like that, but you know, one can hope. That's right, hit the like button when you come up in here, y'all. About to get real right now. About to get real. Hit that like button. AZ Hole was good. Minor Mouse K. Yeah, there's one name I forgot in the title, but we all know what that's about. And that's Mighty Mouse. Also has me blocked. What's good? Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Tyrese Bain here. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy. And today on Saturday, August 26th, I believe, 2021, we gonna talk about why these big YouTubers got me blocked. Now, when you look at my channel, you know, I got about 1,000 subscribers, you know, 1,600 subscribers. Haven't really moved the needle much in that regard because I'm shadow banned. And we all know I can't get monetized. So the typical reasons for these big YouTubers to call me a troll and block me, they don't have that. Because, you know, as far as the clout chasing, I can't clout chase, not on this channel, because it's shadow banned and I can't even be monetized. There's nothing to gain, literally. I can't even gain that many subscribers. I can't even get notifications out. People are always telling me they aren't getting notified, right? They're telling me they're being unsubscribed. They're telling me they constantly have to hit the bell button. So there's nothing to gain for me to troll these big YouTubers, right? No. The typical reason they would use to do little old me like that, block me on there. I can't even block, I can't even send them super chats, these guys. The Idiot Lucas, Sonetter, Mighty Mouse. We know why that is, right? Mighty Mouse. Who else? Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum has 1,000 times more subscribers than I do. And he blocked me. You understand what I'm saying? 1,000 times more subscribers. He has 1.6 million subscribers. I have 1.6 thousand subscribers. Why are these people blocking me? I'm literally no real threat to their channel. I can't siphon their subscribers because I don't gain subscribers like that. To even have a chance, I would have to literally start a whole new channel and build it from the ground up and be a good boy, not be controversial. I showed you guys the email that YouTube sent me in response to me trying to get monetized because I knew it wasn't gonna happen. I just wanted to see. I wanted it to be official. I'm too controversial. My content is too harmful. I have not, I can't, so why block me? Why block me? It's because they can't really enjoy it. They don't want to challenge. Do I challenge them intellectually? Do I challenge them ideologically? Do I challenge their statist mindset? I'm going to go through each one by one, and I'm going to tell you why I believe I was blocked by these people. The amazing Lucas, the idiot Lucas. Well, he blocked me because I challenged him in his live stream. And he can't have that. But he know he can't do me like he do these clowns that call in on the show, that he can just, you know, just humiliate, and you know what I'm saying? He can't do that to me. So what does he do? Like a little bitch, like a little girl, he threatens my children. He threatens my children, threatens me. Well, actually, he threatened my children. He threatened to have my children attack me. That's what he did. He didn't not even man enough to threaten me directly, right? So instead of letting me get mine off, which was really me just saying, look, we live in the same city. We live in LA. We both live in LA. Let's get it popping. You know where I'm at on Sundays. You know where I do my Ruckin' Lives at. Since you know where I do my live streams, that's what he told me. I'm like, you come up there anytime. But instead of letting me finish getting that off, he blocked me, right? Didn't remove the block, won't remove the block, because he doesn't want his contradictory, inconsistent talking points to be challenged by somebody who really knows how to challenge that bullshit, all right? So that's the idiot Lucas, the inconsistent Lucas, the lefty Lucas, right? Who else? Who else did I say? Sonetta. Well, I didn't even know I was blocked by Sonetta until after this whole Polite thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if you guys don't know, Polite pulled a Mighty Mouse, allegedly, because it's still not, you know, still has to go through the court system, blah, 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 blah. But they do have DNA evidence for what Polite allegedly did to a 14-year-old girl. Yeah, that's right. He allegedly Mighty Moused a 14-year-old girl. Same type of scenario. In a hotel. Well, first of all, what are you doing in a hotel with a 14-year-old girl? Drugs involved, all this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? DNA evidence on her articles of clothing. But see, a few years ago, Sonetta had came out and said that Polite ran off with one of his wife's cousin's daughters. He said he had knowledge about that, and he would expound on that if Polite came at him the wrong way. So I don't know exactly when he blocked me, but I didn't notice until he decided that he wanted to go after Irene Yvette's kids, you know, talk shit about Irene Yvette's kids. So I went to go tell him what I thought about that, and I found out I was blocked. Don't know when it happened. Could have happened because he probably saw me in probably Irene Yvette's comment section or Queen's Throne's comment section, giving my 2 cents about what Sonetta, how involved he might have been, or what knowledge he might have had about a pattern of behavior Brother Polite might have. Because see, it's a pattern now. It's a pattern of behavior. You're running off with your jump-off's daughters, not to disrespect the mothers, not even going to do that. You're running off with the daughters of the women you date, right? So, and Sonetta had prior knowledge of something like that. Even though he said he got it from a police report. He didn't say that when he initially brought it up, but he said that recently. Okay, so that was the reason Sonetta, I don't know exactly why Sonetta blocked me, but I'm thinking because he saw me in the comment section going in on him. All right. The Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum, why has he blocked me? Well, I've done a number of videos on Brandon Tatum, you know, going after his ideology, you know, basically debunking all the nonsense he talks with his little talking points, you know, his pro-police BS, this, that, and the third, his skidism, you know, going after his ideology. I don't really attack people people's personally. I attack their ideology, right, with my own ideology that is directly related to what the subject is. Like, I don't really launch ad hominem attacks at people, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're the idiot Lucas. I'll gladly do that all day, all night. I'll ad hominem the fucktard Lucas all day. That clown shoe with his receding hairline that he's hiding behind that hat. All right? Yeah, I ad hominem attack him because he's a punk. But other than that, I try to, you know, argue against people's points with my own points that's relevant to the conversation. So I don't understand why the Officer Tatum, if he's so secure in his belief system, if he's so secure in his belief that the police never do anything wrong, because that's what he said. He'll always back the police. The police are not, you know, there's no such thing as police brutality, all that nonsense. If you truly believe that, then you shouldn't have a problem with me speaking in opposition to that. You should be secure, and you should be able to retort or respond in your own way, you know? So I know these guys watch my channel. I know they watch my videos, especially when I use their name in the title. I know that they had to. Otherwise, why would he block me? Because I rarely comment in his comment section, Brandon Tatum. I rarely do it. I mean, it's so much going on in his comment section. There's always like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people in his chat room just constantly commenting. 80,000 super chats. He can't even look. I understand all the super chats Brandon Tatum gets. Big up to him for that. He can't even read all the super chats. That's how many super chats he gets. So I don't even see him seeing my comment section like that. My comments. And before I was blocked, when I did send him a super chat, it'll be rare that he'll be able to read it, because he's not reading it. He's not reading your super chat unless it's like $20, $50, $100. If he has all these super chats in his comment section. So why did Brandon Tatum block me? Well, I think it's because when I challenge his narrative, it's very sound. It makes a lot of sense. And I expose his cognitive dissonance and his hypocrisy. And he don't want people to see that. He don't want to bring attention to it by allowing me to I don't know what it is. I don't know why people have to block you. You know? I don't get the blocking thing. I don't get the deleting of people's comments. I don't get the, unless somebody's spamming, I don't spam, right? Unless someone's spamming, I don't understand why people feel the need, why they're so insecure about what people have to say that they don't agree with. Why block people? Why delete people? What is it? What does that do for you? It just exposes your insecurities and you know, and all that. To me, that's what it does. When you block people, when somebody says something that you don't agree with, and you know you don't have a, I don't know if it's because you don't have a good response to it or you're offended. I don't understand the need to delete people's comments, put them on timeout. That's just me personally. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's you. You're a grown person. You're a grown man or woman. To want to do that. Like, that's your choice. I just don't understand it, right? I never did, because I want to see what people think. I want to see what they're saying. I want to know what's on your mind. I want to know what you have to say, whether it be an insult, whether it be a sound argument. I want to hear it. If you want to talk shit, if you want to launch ad hominem attacks, do you? That just exposes who you are as a person. So I want to see it. I don't understand how people don't want to see the dissent. Why don't you want to see the opposition? Why don't you want to see the threat? Why don't you want to see the challenge so that you can meet that challenge and so that you can address that challenge? Why do people want to, oh, well, put you on timeout, I'll delete you? It just gives them this false sense of power. And it just, I don't know what it is. It blows their head up. Hold on, y'all. Yo, let me see what y'all talking about. AZ Russian was good. Will Bellamy. It's because you have a powerful voice. I believe so. I think that's what it is exactly. And people don't understand where I'm coming from, right? These people don't understand. Like, I'm not for the left. I'm not for the right. You know what I'm saying? I don't play those left-right paradigm bullshit games. And they don't have an answer for it, right? If I was a leftist, I don't think they'd have a problem with it because they'd hit me with those, oh, you're a lefty, and you know how they do it. Oh, you're a lefty, oh, you're a righty. Like, you know, even with the idiot Lucas, the clown shoe Lucas, the vengeful Lucas, you know, I don't understand. Like, he was like on the path, I believe, toward really understanding the bullshit, right? Really seeing the bullshit. He's even acknowledged it. He said it. But I feel like he's like firmly ensconced in the left-right paradigm line now. Like, but where he was before, right? But he was a righty, right? He was right wing. He was on that side, right? Turning Point USA, all that bullshit, right? Black conservatives, this, you know, he claims he was never a liberal. He claimed he was always a conservative. But, you know, whatever happened between him, Candace Owens, and Brandon Tatum, and all this other shit, it really just turned him sour, right? Against the right. And, you know, it looked like, especially after the Ahmaud Arbery case, and even before that a little bit, it looked like he was waking up to the reality of the left-right paradigm line. But now, he's firmly, he's like a leftist now. He's a leftist conservative, which, you know, they exist to a degree. You know, and now he's like super pro hokey pokey. Just this whole thing about him like he hates anti-vaxxers now. I don't know where that came from. He's like, and you know, I'm not anti-vax. Like, if you want to get vaxxed, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, I'm not speaking negatively about the vaccine. I'm saying I'm pro you get the vaccine if you want the vaccine. I'm pro-choice. All right. Anyway, but this whole thing about him saying that, oh, you shouldn't be able to go to the hospital if you have Modelo 19, if you didn't take the hokey pokey. It's like, that's a leftist talking point, right? That's some shit some people will, that, and it's, how psychotic, how sick is it for someone to even have that shit come out their mouth? Oh, if you don't want to get the treatment that we want you to get for this disease, then you shouldn't be able to go to the hospital when you get that disease. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, it's like telling somebody, oh, you know, there's multiple ways to treat a herniated disc, right? And CDC says, oh, this is the best way. Let's say the CDC comes out and says, oh, disc replacement surgery is the best way to treat a herniated disc, right? And that's the knowledge coming down from the CDC. That's the best way to do it. Okay, so now it's like, oh, well, you can't get your back fixed unless you get a herniated, or you can't go to the hospital for a bad back unless you get a herniated, unless you get a disc replacement surgery. Like, that's not how medicine works. That's not how doctors work, right? That's not how they're supposed to work. They took a Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. First, do no harm. That should be the first thing. But we know these doctors, right? They don't really think like that. Not in America, not in the United States. They're even though they say first do no harm, it's really in their mind. First, make me some money so I can pay back these student loans. That's what it is. First, pay these loans. Second, pay for my Maserati. You know what I'm saying? Like, these doctors, they get paid by the pharmaceutical companies to push their products. It's a huge conflict of interest that shouldn't even, like, look, it's a free market or whatever. But it just, if a doctor is getting paid to push a product, that has some people leery about it, then I'm really looking at that doctor like, what are you really doing this for? How much does that doctor really know about that? Damn skunk. How much does the doctor really know about this hokey pokey? The people who invented the hokey pokey don't even know much about the hokey pokey that they're putting in people right now because it hasn't been long enough. And it's floating around out there that the inventor of this mRNA thing said it should not be injected into human beings, right? Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is this. They can't say, oh, you can't go to the hospital for this ailment unless you take this treatment. They can't do that. You can go get a second opinion, a third opinion. You can explore different avenues of treatment if you're not comfortable with this. And you're not even treating anything when you get the hokey pokey. You don't have anything wrong with you. When you get hokey pokey, it's supposed to be, it's put in you for when something might happen that might not ever happen. You understand what I'm saying? And then, I don't know, what's this dude, Felix somebody? This is a conservative, I forgot his name. Right-wing conservative who basically was anti, or didn't want, who had reservations about the hokey pokey. He died, allegedly, supposedly from Modelo 19, right? And he put out a tweet saying that he just explained why he's not into the hokey pokey, right? So he dies. This fool, the clown shoe Lucas, the mini Pee Wee Lucas, because he has to have a mini. He has to have a mini. I don't know. It's some people like that. But anyway, he thinks it's funny that this dude supposedly died from Modelo 19, but didn't want to get the hokey pokey. He thinks it's funny. He thinks that's what he gets, right? Well, I tell you something. That's like me talking about Jesse Jackson, right? Jesse Jackson was pro-vax, got his jab in January, right? Pushed and urged black people to get this injection. And now he's hospitalized, him and his wife, for Modelo 19. That's like me saying, oh, it's funny. That's funny. It's funny that Jesse Jackson is pushing the hokey pokey and is hospitalized right now for Modelo 19. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do that because this supposed Modelo 19 that they're calling it and this hokey pokey, they can both cause harm to you. So how about I'll take my chances with, I'm not going to purposely put something in my body that could harm me, right? I'm not going to purposely, I'd rather take my chances and be healthy, boost my immune system, right? All this, that, and the third. Exercise, but don't overtrain, right? Because if you overtrain, your immune system lowers a little bit because it's trying to repair your body. Y'all know the gist. Don't overtrain, get your rest days in, get plenty of sleep. I'd rather do all that than go have something injected into my body that when it gets in there, I don't know what it's going to do to me. But according to him, you have an IQ below room temperature if you don't want to get the hokey pokey. If you don't want to have this experimental cocktail put in your body, he wants you, he thinks you're low IQ. He thinks you're the same type of person to believe that Ashley Babbitt died, death was unjustified. If you feel like Ashley Babbitt's death, Ashley Babbitt, the chick that got killed during the mild riots at the Capitol on January 6th, Capitol building. Ashley Babbitt, the chick that went through the window and got shot in the neck. He's saying that her shooting was justified. And if you feel like it was unjustified, then you're the same type of person who wouldn't want to get a hokey pokey, or you're a conservative. Basically, that's what he's saying. If you're on the right and you are pro-Trump, this, that, and the third, you're low IQ, you don't get you don't want to get the hokey pokey, and your IQ is below room temperature, all this, that, and the third, right? But you don't want people telling you that unarmed men getting shot by the police is justified. You'll say that's unjustified all day and night. And so will I, like, right? So, but it's okay for Ashley Babbitt to get shot in the neck when she didn't really present a threat to the police officer who shot her. When it's convenient for you, it's justified. But when it's not, when it's not convenient, when it pushes a narrative that you want to push, your leftist narrative, the idiot Lucas, is justified. Just like every other leftist that's saying that Ashley Babbitt deserved what she got. You know what I'm saying? She was climbing through a window. Dude couldn't see her hands. Yeah, because she's fucking climbing through a window. Right? He shot her. For whatever reason, he felt like she was a threat. He shot her. I'm not going to say it's justified, but not because I'm right wing. It's because these police officers don't know how to act under pressure. And they're given this level of power. They're given this level of immunity that should not be. And they just do what they want with their firearms. I'm not going to say, I'm not saying that because I'm right wing or I'm conservative. I'm saying that because I'm a human being and I understand the importance of human life. Like, it's precious to me. So if you're shooting unarmed people, right, because you don't have a cool level head and you're afraid, then you should not be in uniform. And that's what he's argued. But now all of a sudden it's justified, right? But don't tell him that a guy turning around real fast after he ran from the police officer, dude ran from the police officer, turned around real fast, officer didn't know what if anything was in his hand or not, because he was at a fence and he couldn't get over the fence, turned around to the police officer shot him. That's unjustified to him. I don't understand. There's some differences in that, right? There's some differences. But at the end of the day, they're both unarmed. The police officer made a snap reaction, didn't really assess the situation, right? He had his gun drawn, leveled on him. If you have the drop on a suspect and their hands are down and you don't feel like you would be good enough to take the perp out if they actually raise a confirmed firearm to you, then you shouldn't be in the uniform. Because in the military, during certain, depending on the rules of engagement for the period of time, right? Let's say it's armistice time, between, like, it's like a war that has been quailed a little bit. It's not peacetime technically, but it's armistice, meaning that everybody has, agreed to lower their weapons for but the tension is still there. You can't shoot until the guy is raising a weapon, the muzzle is pointed at you. And guess what? If you train and if you're well disciplined and you know that's what's up and you go through drills, if you drill it, boom, you can actually follow those rules of engagement. That's just reality. If the military can do it, the police can do it. I went off on a tangent, but y'all get what I'm saying. But see, I'm blocked because he don't have an answer for that argument. He don't have an answer for that. He wants me to call in and be like, Lucas, I don't agree because you said that Ashley Babbitt, you said she was a criminal, and she wasn't a criminal. She was just climbing through a window. That's what he wants. When you call in, that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to be the stumbling, stammering idiot. Now, I do stutter from time to time, and I do have a little bit of a speech impediment, but when I call in, I don't, it is what it is. I know how to articulate my thoughts. and make it make sense. He don't want that. The Officer Tatum don't want that. Sonetter really don't want that, because he'll just start launching ad hominem attacks. Oh, fuck your mother, nigga. You can't do this to me. And you know how Sonetter is. Like, that's just, they don't want the challenge, man. But how can they help improve their people? How can they help improve their own people if they can't be challenged themselves? If you can't accept a challenge, how are you going to improve the lives of your people? That's what y'all claim y'all want to do. If you can't face a challenge and get your ass whooped from time to time, take an L from time to time, and come back stronger, then you're not a leader. You're not a leader. Period. You know what I'm saying? I sound like the Cookie Monster. That's funny. Shot Night Cloud says the actor who pretended to shoot her was hired because he had bug eyes like Martin Luther King, and now he dresses like him. I heard he was a black dude. How convenient. How convenient. Ashley Babbitt was a crisis actor. She's not even dead. If you look at the video closely, there's no blood coming out of her body. If she was really killed, there would be blood pouring. Well, it depends. It depends on how fast the heart stops. If you get shot, let's say you get shot in the heart, boom, you obliterate your heart. It's not pumping blood anymore, so you might not be pumping. Might not be bleeding. But yeah, if you get shot in the neck, right, which she did, yeah, I would see that. I would need, yeah, there'd probably be some blood pouring out. Now, if it was arterial wound, it would be spurting and all the other shit. Different. It depends on where she shot. It depends on what artery was hit or what vein was hit. If it was arterial, then there's a certain way it comes out. Artery, I forgot exactly what it is, but it doesn't always work the same. But see, whether or not September or January 6th was real or not, that's not what I'm arguing. What I'm arguing is his take on what happened to Ashley Babbitt, if that indeed happened to Ashley Babbitt. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not really talking about the veracity of what they're saying happened on September 6th. I think there's a lot of there is a lot of smoke and mirrors going on. There is a lot of evidence of possibly there being crisis actors there, but that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, there was a guy in a sweater next to her, and you can see clearly she was rubbing fake blood. Really? I don't know, man. I need to study that. Lucas also seems to be, well, Lucas, he likes to call other people incels, but I think he's an incel. Now, I'm about to get into some ad hominems against Lucas because he's a fucktard and he threatened my kids, so he don't get no respect from me. I'm about to launch the ad hominem attacks about why I think he doesn't really get women. And if he got women like he says he does, he wouldn't be able to do 14-hour lives, 8-hour lives, 20,000-hour lives with a bunch of men in his panel stroking his ego and stroking his balls. No, I don't think he gets women. I think his breath stinks. He looked like he's... You ever look at people and say their breath probably stinks? I think his breath stinks. That's what I think. I think his breath stinks, and that's why his hairline is receding, because sometimes, like, when he's sleeping in the pillow, it bounces off and goes to his hair and it runs back. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? I think he has bad breath, because that can be a turnoff for a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? And I happen to know that because women in my life that I've dated and been with, had flings with, always talked about how pleasant my breath is. So, you know what I'm saying? Very important to a woman, especially if you're trying to get some kisses cracked. Like, your breath got to be on point. I think his breath stinks. You know what I'm saying? It's just something about it. Something about him that gives me that impression. But I don't think he gets women like that, right? He got the muscles and all this other stuff, and he might be looking attractive to some women, but I think once he starts talking, also women, it's very important the first few words come out of your mouth, right? Or how you speak to them, or the first 2-3 minutes, they know whether they want to fuck you or not based on what you say. Because first is how you look. Okay, he's fuckable and he's approaching me. Let's see what he's talking about. Boom, you start talking. And then that cinches the deal or it doesn't cinch the deal. I think that when he gets to talking to women, I think they get turned off and they're like, this fool's a clown. I'm moving on. Now, he might get women every now and then, but I've heard him talk about some dealings he had with women that lets me know he's not really secure in his manhood, right? He's not secure in how women feel about him, because he's talked about how women have, they were with him, but they're going off to see other men and all this other shit. They're like treating him as a second class Dickinson. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I had my taste of you. Now I'm gonna go back to this other dude. I heard him speak on that, and that let me know a lot of shit. Right? Boom. He was with this chick. This chick, he saw that she was communicating with this other dude. That lets me know he ain't really popping like that when they really get to know him. Sorry to say it. I saw it because, I've dealt with that a lot in my life with other dudes and all that other shit. Like, I heard stories. I mean, when I was 18 years old, I had the same thing happen to me. But she was 24 years old, and the dude that she was messing with was like 30-something, had a lot of money. But as I grew older and started learning how to really deal with women, never had that issue. Never had that issue again. When women are with me, I get their undivided attention until I don't want them to. Then I push them to the side. But, with him, he's in his 30s, but they see a little kid when they talk to him. I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That was fun. That was fun getting on. That was fun clowning him like that. Yeah, January 6th was a spin fest for sure. Yeah, good hygiene is important for sure. Rich Boy 214. Yeah, I saw that, bro. Not much of an answer. It wasn't no goddamn. Listen, the idiot Lucas has all these military guys. The military guys that he be talking to, they should be telling him that wasn't no goddamn insurrection. That wasn't no insurrection. But again, that wasn't no insurrection. Women want you to not only listen uninterruptedly, but they really appreciate when you respond accordingly. Yeah. Lucas ain't getting married. Yeah, for that reason also, Lauren Sorrentino. And because I don't really think he likes women like that. You have to like women to get married. What's up, Xavier? I think he's more, I don't know, man. I'm not going to say he's, broken-handed. But I did hear, he did say on a live stream once, talking to some guy in the comment section that left him a super chat. He said, because he said something funny. Oh, man, you should go to the club. We'll slay. Slay? Never really heard a straight man use that word in that regard. Slay? We'll slay? That's a little suspect. That's a suspect word. He played video games, but there's nothing wrong with video games. Yeah, nothing wrong with playing video games, right? But you have to have balance. You have to know when to turn that off, right? And, women nowadays are a lot more cold-blooded, right? Women nowadays are a lot more cold-blooded. They're more in tune with what they want. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They'll cut your ass off like that. And when I was in my 20s, this is when these women started coming around a lot more, a little bit more in tune with what they want. They go after it. They'll dog you out hot quick. You know what I'm saying? And I had to navigate that and learn. I had to be the same way. And that's what intrigued women. When I was in my 20s and early 30s, that's what intrigued women about me, is that I was quick to be like, okay. And when we first start talking, I'm like, look, man, I'm seeing other women. I'm playing the field. This is not going to go toward any meaningful relationship. But if you want to rock with your boy for a minute, we can get it popping. And that's it. Like, I would, and they love that. They loved the honesty and all that shit. But you got to be able to pull that off. You got to be sure about it when you do it. I think he will marry a C9000. But anyway, but I do want to say much respect to ABL, Anthony Brian Logan, man. As many times as I called in his show and we got into a little debates, he never blocked me. No matter how many videos I made about him, addressing his ideals, never blocked me. ABL is kind of a solid dude, I think. You know, he just believes in he's a statist. He's firmly ensconced in left right paradigm lie, but he is a solid dude, very likable. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't launch ad hominem attacks. This guy, ABL, he never blocked me. So, you know, I think he's pretty secure in his beliefs and all that shit. He doesn't shy away from a challenge like these other guys. You know what I'm saying? What blows my mind about women these days is how they end relationships by ghosting. In the 90s and 2000s, ghosting was non-existent. Yeah, they'll ghost real quick. They'll ghost you. But me, I was doing most of the ghosting when I was getting it popping. I was doing most of the ghosting. But it was understood to them, like, you might not hear from me for a few days. Like, if you give me the draws, you don't hear from me for about a week or two, don't be offended. I'm just not looking for anything deeper than as deep as I can get you. That you know what I'm saying? Right now we have a superficial relationship, and that's what it is. And I let it be known. You know, we fuck buddies. That's basically what it is. We're fuck buddies until I decide otherwise with whatever woman I decide to have that with. But now, we're fuck buddies. And, you know, for a lot of women, it was a challenge because they wanted to try to change me into a what they call that when you're with one person, monogamous or whatever you call it, monogamous. They tried to turn me into that, but it was a challenge for them. Women enjoy challenges sometimes with men, and you know, think they can change them and all this other stuff. Oh, well, you say that now, but once you get to know me and you'll want to be my man, we'll see. You can try, but you know, probably ain't gonna happen. I'm just let you know. Yeah. But yeah, so these guys, you know, they blocked me. I don't know. I'm 1.6K subscribers. I'm not, you know, I'm not a big guy. You know, I can't even grow my channel like that. Shadow ban, and I can't monetize. You know, not a lot of people see my videos. I really don't understand why they would block me, but it is what it is. It lets me know I got something going when they don't have an answer for it. When people don't have an answer for what you got to say, they censor you. That's really what it is. And what they're doing is committing censorship. These people, they complain about censorship, right? Especially Brandon Tatum. You know, they complain about censorship, but look how quick they are to censor someone like me. So either you believe in censorship or you don't, right? If you're committing to censorship, I don't understand how you're talking about, you complain about censorship, because that's what it is. If you block someone and you put them on timeout, when you delete someone's comment, you're censoring them. That's what you're doing. But you're complaining about censorship. So I'm just trying to understand the mentality of that. That's that cognitive dissonance I be talking about. Dating is probably getting worse for younger generation due to social media. Yeah, because everything's out there, man. Everything's out there, and that's just the world we live in right now. And it's even worse now because of the Modelo 19 and the lockdown and the mask. And I couldn't imagine. I'm glad I'm married with my family right now in these days, because I couldn't imagine trying to get a woman right now with the mask mandates and this, that, and the third. I just couldn't do it. I'd be like, man, it'd be very difficult. It'd be very difficult in this day and age. I'm glad I'm married. But Yeah. All right, guys, I got to get out of here and get my farmer's market shopping on. You know what I'm saying? Get the sunlight, which I'm glad came out. The fundamentals of being American is debate opposing views. Yeah. I mean, that's a fundamental of being a human being. That's a fundamental of communication. You know what I'm saying? If you took a communications class in college, they tell you, like, that's the fun of it. You know, that was the fun. That was the most fun thing about being in communication class when I was in my little stint in college, because I was able to exercise my free speech. You know, even though the professor, he had some things that he felt were too controversial to talk about whenever we wanted to do presentations and this, that, and the third. But I mean, it's fun to be able to express yourself, express what you're thinking, and then hear different viewpoints about it, so that you can address it in kind. It's fun. It's fun. I don't understand hearing dissenting voices about your views is fun. I don't understand why people feel the need to block, and it's just crazy. It's nonsense. Conservatives were pro-censorship in the 90s. Oh, yeah. Especially with the porn stuff. Lawrence Reno says, yeah, I saw you when you got blocked from Sonetter in his chat. All you did was ask a question. Oh, you saw that. Okay. That's when I got blocked. I didn't even know if they saw that question. Got it. You see what I'm saying? I didn't say, fuck you, Sonetta. Fuck you, Sonetta. You're a bitch, nigga. I didn't say any of that. I said, why did you feel the need to drag Irene Yvette's kids? That's all I said. Censorship. Just like that. I don't understand it. It's just a question. It's just a question. Answer the question or ignore it. Ignore it. But see, the thing is, you don't want to see people. He don't want people to see that comment. He don't want people to see him get challenged like that. But it was a simple question. It wasn't really even a challenge. I wasn't trying to challenge him at that point. I was just like, I don't understand it. You're supposed to be the leader of a conscious community, and you're like attacking someone's kids because they had a white daddy. Like, come on. That's bullshit. You don't attack people's kids for any reason. So, I mean, another, who else I think wouldn't censor me? The Hodge twins. I don't think the Hodge twins would censor me. I don't think people like Steven Crowder would censor me. I don't think that. I don't think they'd block me. I have done videos on the Hodge twins. I don't think they'd see my videos. I'm pretty sure they didn't. But I know for a fact Brandon Tatum did. I know Brandon Tatum has seen my videos. I know that, because there's no other reason he would block me. And for other reasons, I believe that. So anyway, I might get back on the live stream when I get done with the market, because there are some more things I want to talk about. But I also have a Ruckin' Live going tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. So like, share, subscribe. Like it'll do any good. And if you are subscribed, make sure your notification bell is still on, and it will go from there. Is a Texas nationalist movement has a YouTube channel, and they block anybody and everybody is BS, man. But anyway, much love, guys. Peace out, and thank you for coming to check me out. Holla at y'all later. Peace.